What's up, Dominator podcast family? What is up? What is up? Just coming at you with another episode of the Dominator podcast. And I've been thinking a lot about this topic, and I know I did an Instagram post about it, but I've been thinking a lot about just how fancy people get or try to get when it comes to like making content on the internet, whether it's in video form, or streaming form, whatever it may be. People just get this idea that you have to have certain equipment, certain things in order to be good or be recognized or see growth on their channels, on their videos, on their Instagram posts, whatever it may be. And it's this fallacy that people get into, this mental state of genuinely believing that they have to spend hundreds, and sometimes I've literally seen people spend thousands of dollars on new equipment just because they believe that having this stuff is all of a sudden going to make them a successful streamer. And I know I talk a lot about the industry that I'm really trying to break out in, which is video game streaming. And that's where I bring a lot of my examples from. But you see this all the time. And here's the thing that I've learned about trying not to be fancy. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, with my ambitions and things I wanted to try and do, was not starting my video game streaming career 2 or 3 years ago, when I found out what Twitch was, when I found out what video game streaming was. I streamed a couple times from my Xbox, because what you could do from your Xbox and PS4 is create an account on one of these streaming platforms like Twitch or Mixer. You can, from there, upload your live game feed from your Xbox to that platform. All you need is a microphone and an Xbox console, a microphone and a PlayStation 4. And you can even add a cherry on top and get a cheap $20 USB video capture device, like a webcam that I'm using, for like $20-$30, plug it into one of your USB ports on a console, and you have a stream. It's right there. And the reason why I personally did not start streaming sooner was because I had this belief that I needed to have a computer. I needed to spend hundreds of dollars on a decent computer in order to have a stream where people would come out and watch. Here's the problem with that thinking. At the end of the day, I genuinely believe I was making excuses because I didn't want to put in the hard work. People want to get fancy and make all these excuses about not wanting to start things because they don't have the right stuff to do it, because they just don't want to do the hard work that it takes to get to the next level or be successful in whatever career path they want to pursue. That's what it was for me. And it was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made, believing that I had to have this fancy stuff in order to be a video game streamer, when there's legitimately right now people who make a full-time living playing video games who started with a didn't mean to hit my mic there. Started with a webcam that you plug into your PS4 or Xbox, had a microphone, and was able to stream their video game feed. And now what they've done is they built an audience, they built a following, they built a community, and now they're full-time doing this. Guys and gals, or however you identify yourself, please do not be fancy about whatever you're trying to pursue. And I did an Instagram post about this recently. You can find me at instagram.com/dominator051. Just a little plug there, where I literally show my current setup, the setup I have right now. This right here is green felt I got at Michael's for $10. The lighting I have right now is a lamp I got for free from one of my roommates who moved out. I have a piece of paper sticking in it because there's like an orange background on the bell there. I have a piece of paper sticking in there to properly distribute the light. And the lamp is sitting on 3 boxes, and 2 of them are from Amazon. That is currently what I'm using in order to make this beautiful me on the internet. And again, I personally spent about $1,000 for all the equipment I have now over a couple months period of time because I wanted to put in the work and I knew myself and I was self-aware that, I wanted to pursue this. So I'm going to get some of the equipment in order to do that. It's not the high end stuff. It's really not, it's not the cheapest stuff either, but I put my money where my mouth was. If I'm going to pursue this, I need to put something behind it, But like I said, man, I should have started so much sooner. And I honestly don't need this stuff. You don't need stuff in order to succeed. What you need to do is just go out and make the content. Go out and make that video. Go out and do that wedding photo shoot. Go out and do the hard work it's going to take in order for your boss to see that, hey, this person, Sally here, man, she's doing a great job. Maybe we should promote her. Whatever it is, don't get fancy about it. Just do the work. Put in the time, put in the effort, go make the content, and then learn how to distribute that content and then just execute on that. I've been really thinking about that because I just always go back to that example of when I could have started sooner, when I could have been, maybe someone who, was able to come through when Twitch was starting to get bigger and growing at that time. I always think of what if, and I don't like going there because I can't change that. Only thing I can do now is put in the work now, not get fancy about everything that I'm trying to do, and just move forward. Thank you so much for listening. Wherever you're listening to this podcast and or watching it, I really, really appreciate it. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, please like the video, comment, subscribe. You can follow me on my socials. I'm Dominator051 on on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and mixer.com/Dominator051, where you can watch me stream video games live and chat with you at the same time, about 3 or 4 times a week. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.